going on, guys? My name is Agent Psycho, and right now this is kind of a weird setup for me. First of all, I had actually recorded the original M417 Combat commentary review yesterday, last night, but for some reason it overrode another file, and I can't find it anymore, either of them. So I don't know where it is. I'm just gonna assume that it's lost on my hard drive somewhere because it went down this toilet full of shit and to this cyber world of who the hell knows. But anyways, it's gone, so I have to do this again. And another thing is that my mic is starting to fail on me. It's starting to die. And how it is that my left headphone on my Turtle Beaches are starting to go out. So I'm not too sure. I thought the X11s were a pretty good brand, but if they're gonna die after just a year, then, or if that's the norm for normal mics, then I suppose that's okay. I mean, the X11s have been treating me well for the past year, but the left headphone is like nearly dead. Like I can barely hear anything out of it now, and I'm pretty sure it's not the actual headphone itself, but it's probably the mic jack. I think there's something wrong with the mic jack, and I don't know if I can repair that or not, but I'm looking to get a new pair of headphones anyway. But in any case, that comes later. So right now, I actually have another pair of headphones that I usually use to listen to my iPod with, and then I still have my microphone hooked up to my my headsets hooked up to my computer, except it still has a mic jack in, so hopefully this is still able to be heard. If not, then well, I guess I'm screwed. In any case, the M417 Combat, let's get started on the review on this one. Second time around, because first time for some reason it failed on me. So, statistically speaking, the M417 Combat, the only change that it offers over the M417 is the fact that it receives a 1-point increase in damage. But this damage increase makes it so that it's on par with the M417 CQB, and it is definitely indeed much stronger than the original M417. Not by much, but it's still definitely noticeably stronger. Other than that, there are no statistical differences over the M417. You've got the same portability, rate of fire, accuracy, recoil, everything's the same. Other than that, I suppose the M417 Combat also looks a little bit different. I mean, you still got the same base, like the I don't know what you call it, like the magazine, the pistol, no, I shouldn't say pistol grip, the grip and the sight, everything's still the same on there. It's still got the same forced ITEX scope. The base of the gun looks the same. However, the buttstock has been reduced, it's been shortened, and instead the barrel has been lengthened. So, giggity. No, not like that. But anyways, so yes, it does look a little bit different, but overall you can still see that it's definitely still your same M417, like by appearance anyway. A few things to note about the M417 Combat. The M417 Combat is able to be customized, but we'll talk about that later, along with the CQB's customizations, because now that I think about it, I didn't talk about the CQB's customizations on that, but it'll be quick. Also, the M417 Combat does still share the M417's tendency to kick up and diagonally to the right, diagonally upwards to the right, so it's still got that same problem, so you might want to be careful of that. It's a little bit better at tap firing than the M417 is, but it's not that much better, but still, it might still help you out a little bit. And other than that, I suppose I could talk about its damage a little bit. The damage on the M417 Combat is, I feel, is noticeably stronger than the M417, and it's also stronger than the M417 CQB. Now, here's why. Even though the M417 CQB says that it has a lower recoil, the thing is that the recoil kickback on this thing and the rate at which the recoil spreads out is still a little bit more than the M417 Combat's. I feel like the M417 Combat has more stability, recoil stability, where it has very minimal recoil kickback, but its recoil spread doesn't spread out as fast as the other variants do. So that's why I feel like the M417 Combat is stronger, because even though numerically speaking, the Combat doesn't have a higher damage rating than the Combat does, or the CQB does, sorry, because it's got a lower recoil, more of your shots are obviously going to hit, and yeah. I also feel that the M417 Combat has a higher bullet accuracy as well. Like if you were to spray at someone at middle range with your crosshairs at full auto, more of your bullets will have a higher chance to hit your target than say M417 CQB or M417 will. So there you go. So let's talk about its customizations. First of all, the CQB, because I forgot to talk about that in the CQB review. The M417 CQB is able to customize its barrel and its piston, which I believe are the damage and the accuracy. Right off the bat, I can tell you guys, don't do those, because it's not like it's going to screw up your M417 CQB's performance at all. It's just that like the damage it has been boosted enough already that the customization doesn't feel like it does anything more. And the accuracy, well, I don't really know. I haven't been paying attention to it, but it didn't feel like it did anything for me. In fact, it didn't even change anything at all. So I don't know I don't know why we waste your time, effort, and GP and your customization parts to try to customize the M417 CQB. So in case you get the M417 CQB, don't customize it. It's good enough as it is. As for the combat, however, the combat, because I got this gun a long time ago when they were first retiring the NX standard weapons, or most of them anyway, I immediately customized the M417 combat when I first got it. So I don't remember too much about how much better it is, though I do recommend that you customize the damage, and I believe it's able to have its damage and its accuracy customized as well, just like the CQB. So I mean, you can go ahead and customize those. I don't feel like they'll help at all, but definitely the damage, because I feel like that helps out a little bit. Not so sure about the accuracy, or the piston rather. It's up to you. But anyways, at least those are my takes on it. So yeah. Other than that, the M417 Combat is very reminiscent of the M417. They both handle exactly the same, because it's kind of interesting in the M417 family. Usually within the family, like they all handle very smooth. Like say, for example, the L85A1 family, all of them have the same like mechanical feeling to it. Like they've got the same reload animation, sprint animation, draw animation. All those are the same. However, for other families like the G36 family, like obviously you've got some differences in that. And the M417 Combat, or the M417 family, it's kind of weird because the M417 and the M417 Combat both have the same mechanical feel to it. Like they've got the same, all the same animations. Whereas the CQB is more related to the SB, which is the NX rare variant of the M417 family, where in that those two guns have the same animations and whatnot. So if you're coming straight from the M417 and you buy the M417 Combat, you'll feel very much so acquainted with the Combat, because they perform pretty similar in terms of how they feel and how they perform and how they basically behave on the HUD. So there you go. Other than that, that should wrap up the review on the M417 Combat, and it's a very good gun. It's a very fantastic gun at that. So it's a very good competitor with the M416 CQB and the M682 SRT. So might want to look into this because it's quite the underrated gun. Most people, it's mostly overshadowed by the overshadowed by the CQB and the SRT. So don't count out this gun, because it is a very good very good weapon. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys later.